Hey, this is CSB853 coming at you full throttle with a movie review. So, I said I was going to do it, and this week is going to be kind of busy, some stuff going on. So I'm going to be dropping, or trying to drop, like quite a few videos this week. And like I said, normally I'll do about 2 at the very least, but I'm going to try to do more. So today I'm going to give my hot take review, my power-up review basically, on Birds of Prey, or the one emancipation of one Harley Quinn. Sorry, I'm messing the name right now. A little tired. Or now it's Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey. Or it's Birds of Prey and the emancipation, or the immaculate emancipation of one said Harley Quinn. Anyway, so got this shirt on. Get a good look. It's the only shirt I have with Harley Quinn on it. Suicide Squad. One day I'll review that when I have my DC time. But this one's more recent, so I'm going to do that. And then I'll learn the links and stuff. Anyway, so getting to the movie itself. So the movie has some highs, some lows, and there's some things I wanted to talk about. First, I will start with, a little backstory of Harley Quinn. If you grew up in the 90s or you were watching the Batman animated series cartoon, I grew up with that, along with Spider-Man, X-Men, a few others. And she was introduced in there, supposed to be kind of a one-off. Funny enough, similar to Joker. Joker was supposed to be a one-off, and then the Batman was supposed to take him out. They liked him, they kept going. Well, Harley Quinn, they liked her, they kept going. So what happens is over time, it's a relationship. You see them. There's this kind of dichotomy with them between her and the Joker. And she actually ends up growing into a character more of herself. Now, as you get to the later stuff, she is a little bit more, I guess you could say, Deadpool-ish feeling. But she still has her own take. Like, sometimes people, I think, push it a little too hard on her, saying, oh, she's just a female Deadpool. Nah, she has some similarities, but there is definitely some differences. But anyway, that's tasty. So what basically with the movie, we'll start with, non-spoilers. As a feeling for the film versus how they promoted it. The film itself is fine. I feel like it's a movie you can kind of turn your brain off to a little bit. Kind of sit back with it. I will say this. If you completely hated the DCEU prior to the newer stuff, since I think guy's named Hamada took over. I might be wrong, but I know it starts with an H. I said a little tired. Then you're probably not going to like it, because this movie definitely has that concept from a few years ago. I personally don't really have any of the DCEU movies that I particularly just totally hate. Unpopular opinion. But I usually say if you don't like Suicide Squad, it's already taken. If you don't like Deadpool, then you're probably really not going to like this. The movie itself, it has a nice flavor to it. Good color palette. Actually thought the action was pretty well done. I liked the convincingness of it. I thought that Ewan McGregor as Black Mass actually pulled it off pretty well, even though he wasn't the exact Sionis like I'm used to in the comics. I like a certain one, the one that's very calculated with his time, or very mobster like. But outside of that, even so, still was very entertaining. Did a good job. It's something you can sit through and you can be like, okay, this is fine. Like, it wasn't like, oh my god, this was the greatest thing ever, I gotta blah, blah. Like, no, it wasn't like that. It was like, okay, I'm having a good time. I had a few chuckles, a few laughs, few things. It was definitely, and it's not even a spoiler, just give you a heads up now, it's definitely heavily a Harley Quinn movie. Now, some people say there was barely any Birds of Prey, barely any Huntress. No, the characters were definitely there. Some more than others, but when people were like, no, they weren't Harley in the movie. No, yes, they were. Pay attention to the time and when they got introduced. Some of the characters came a little later, maybe have been more significant later, but at least half the crew of Birds of Prey were there throughout the movie. So I don't know what people are talking about with that. The action was pretty good. Like I said, the story for some people might be kind of hard to follow. I don't know if you ever watched Memento or anything. It had things similar to Deadpool, how that was done, if you remember that in Sin City. So it had those factors there as such. So now we're getting through the power up. That's the basic way I can do it without any spoilers. Oh, and Margot Robbie definitely killed it once again as Harley Quinn. Actually, I thought all the actors did a very good job on who they were, what they held, or anything. And that's just that there. So if you're just curious about seeing it and you decide to, if you want to wait, I understand, but that's my take on it. Now I'm going into the full super mode, power up, spoiler warnings, things like that. Also, there's going to be another part of this conversation with it about the marketing because I had some issues. And I think that's what was the downfall to the movie, actually, was the marketing and how certain things was pushed, especially with Ewan McGregor. So, there we go. Okay, so for the spoiler section, there's your warning. Now, what was good about the movie? I thought the action was very well done. I thought it was very believable, very convincing. How Black Canary would fight. She did a lot of leg moves and twists and like judo, but it was like she would catch you with her leg, wrap it, and kick you again with her leg. And that was very Taekwondo-esque, which for females, you know, having that lower body strength and that movement where she was dipping and diving, like I was like, yeah, that actually was on point. They really played up Harley Quinn's acrobatic and her like jumping and how she could flip and do stuff with bats and everything. I thought that was great. Renee Montoya. I love Rosie Perez. She's amazing. She did a very good job with it. Like Mary Elizabeth Winstead, Huntress, how she kind of was awkward because she was so focused on killing she didn't know, and she was trying to be like, okay, I want to be menacing, but she couldn't fully figure it out, but she's really good at killing. I thought the action was very well placed. Now, the story itself, I don't understand when people are like, it's super hard to follow. No. From the door, Harley Quinn's like, I'm telling you the story. You need to accept Harley Quinn's not all there. And with her not being all there, she's not the most reliable source to tell all the things. So when they went back and forth, I actually thought that was kind of funny. Because she was like, oh yeah, because that would be Harley, because she's all over the place. There were some sequences that was a little crazy. I actually liked Siona's character more than I thought I was. And Zaz was really cool how they did that and how they were really cold, calculating, things like that. Smollett, like, her Black Canary didn't really bother me. I thought it would. I'm not the biggest fan of race swapping. Actually, it annoys me. I think it's dumb. If you really want to do that, there's characters you could have pulled to do that, or make new characters. Stop race swapping. Don't give out handouts to other races and say, see, I'm helping you. No. Do a new character. That's actually a weak, lazy way to do it. But beyond that, she did a very good job. I liked her flow. I liked the fact she was singing. They referenced her mom being a superhero because her mom was a Black Canary thing. I thought that was really cool. The girl that played Cassandra Cain, she did a great job. I hate the fact that she was Cassandra Cain. That was stupid. That was dumb. That was a waste of a character. Cassandra Cain, now in the comics, is Orphan, is my favorite Batgirl. She's an amazing character. They made her a thief and stuff, and I thought the girl was awesome. I thought how they handled the story with her was awesome and everything, but I did not like the fact she was Cassandra Cain. You could have made up a person or used someone else. That was stupid. That brings points down on the movie for that. Did not like that at all. That annoyed me. But outside of that, I did think that she did a good job. The Terminator 2 tribute sequence, where she walks into place and has the thing, it was funny. Yeah, they pushed that one. That was kind of stupid. And the reason being is because you go in a police station, you pull out this thing, and sometimes it's tear gas, glitters, and the sacks and stuff. I thought that was great. Where I started having an issue was not a single cop pulled a gun and tried to shoot her. They didn't really fight her. They just ran from her. They're like, oh my God, Harley Quinn, and they ran. And I'm like, it's funny, but why? Why did no one try to challenge her on that? So I thought that was goofy. I know people were trying to put the whole man bad thing. It really didn't have that. Harley was beating up women too, especially in the roller derby. She's knocking, like punching them and breaking noses. So I didn't really get that vibe so much. Definitely woman empowering. The big battle at the end I thought was great. Some people are like, oh, that didn't make sense either. Yeah, actually it did. You have an assassin who's been murdering dudes left and right, who is fully trained with a crossbow, and who has a very violent streak. You have Renee Montoya, and what I liked about her was she had to know who she was fighting, but she didn't just walk up to dudes like, I'm gonna knock all these dudes out. Bam, bam. No. Like, she hit one dude, he looked at her, and he hit her, and she left her feet and flew back like, boom! And I'm like, yes. That's what happened. So she's like, okay, I got to pull out weapons. Now you have Black Canary. Black Canary is a skilled fighter. Now, when people are like, oh, I don't understand. Her mom is one of the best fighters in DC. Black Canary is one of the best fighters in DC Comics. Like, she's up there. Probably top 10. So this whole, I've seen some people like, I don't understand. No, get over it and read a comic book. Watch cartoon show. She even was able to figure out Superboy's thing and pop them. Like, and he was like, whoa, how did you do that? Like, I don't get it. So I'm like, no, she's a very skilled fighter. Like, Green Arrow's up there. Batman, Shiva up there. I would say she's in the top 10 of fighters. She's one of the main trainers that train some of the youth. If you need any indication of how skilled she is, they're like, yeah, we want her to train them. So, yeah, that was good. The movie, to me, had some laughs. Very colorful. I like that Harley was, like, obsessed with the sandwich, and it was very thing. And it also isolated her, showed what the Joker did and all that. So that was great. So I'm going to say there were some, like I said, there were some parts that were there. So I think I'm going to rate this with, honestly, even though I enjoyed it, it could use a little bacon. It could have stepped up just a little bit more. Could have used some bacon. Yeah, could have used some bacon. That's what I'm going to go with. You can even lean towards good time if you want. Like, you can literally watch the movie. If you're not trying to go crazy on it, just let the movie be what it is. It's actually enjoyable. With that being said, now we're going to go on to the part that I definitely had an issue with, and that was the marketing. So, they did this thing where Ewan McGregor, and some people were trying to defend him because he was a Good Morning American talking about misogyny. No, there was another interview he did with a guy, and I don't remember who the guy was, and he's like, us men, time's up, feminist movie, and that's why I did it. Ba 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 ba. Like, I'm tired of actors trying to tell us about feminists and all this stuff. No. Stop doing that. Tell me a good story if you want to weave it in there, because there was definitely some women power in there, and I'm totally down with that. Dude, you cheated on your wife. Your kid publicly called you an a-hole with your co-star, Mary Elizabeth Winstead. You don't get to talk about misogyny and stuff because the thing you're going to go, time's up. You're talking about yourself. So take that one. You're talking about yourself. You don't get to tell people. You're a cheating kind of liar on that part. Also, I didn't like places were pushing a feminist thing, and what happened was people were taking some of the smaller things and then running with it. Hollywood, stop using misogyny, feminism, and all this stuff. People don't want to be preached to. That's why that term "get woke, go broke" happens. That's why I think that's definitely made this movie suffer. Because there's people I even talked to, they're like, yeah, I don't like hearing that and seeing it. Oh, man, bad, women awesome, greatest thing ever, while men are the lowest thing ever. And the movie really didn't do that. There was a moment even with Sionis where he did the thing with the girl in the club and he made the guy cut her dress up and strip and dance. That was very degrading. But then I'm like, but he also degraded the guy because you could tell the guy didn't want to do that. He was completely uncomfortable and he was like, nah, you're going to do it. And it was like he had a thing where he got a pleasure not just from her embarrassment, from his embarrassment and partaking in it. So, like I said, for reviewing this, I'm going to do my Harley Quinn TV show next. But they got to stay away from those buzzwords, the ist words and all that stuff. And overall, like I said, if you decide to sit back, the movie's fine. I don't think it's the greatest DC movie ever. I think it was just a fun time. It was a cool little action movie. You know, women were in there, were definitely strong. The costumes were all right, but I was like, oh, Harley was partying. Like some of the costume stuff, I'm like, oh, they're partying nightclub. I actually get it. Renee Montoya looked like a cop. So that's what I say about that. I say it needed some bacon, or you could have a good time. Definitely could have used some bacon to kind of take it up to another level. But, you know, enjoyable. Watch it. You can enjoy it if you sit back. You know, don't go crazy on it. All right. The CSB853. Please like, share, subscribe. That'd be great. Hit the bell notification. It really helps me out. I'm trying to grow the channel. Eventually, I'll, you know, like I said, I'll learn all the YouTube masteries, get a good camera and all that. I just got a new light. But, you know, till then, have a nice time. Try to do something good for yourself. You know, treat yourself to something. Cookie if you're a workout person. Something like that. Just treat yourself. Buy a comic book. They can use it. Make sure it's a good one, though. All right. CSB853 signing off.